It's the SquareTable show!
Hooray! Let's just start.
Let's just start. No, I'm just kidding. It's SquareTable Podcast, episode 6.
Is it episode 6?
It's episode 6.
Okay.
I checked. Okay.
Good thing you checked, because I'm not.
You know,
I'm not checking.
I think we just lose track.
I just upload them and go, here, take it.
Take my hard-earned work, my effort. It's not locked behind a paywall.
Which is pretty much most of what we're going to talk about.
It's almost all of what we're going to talk about today. This is going to be the publishers doing stupid shit episode.
No, there's developers doing stupid shit too.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. There is one developer doing
Everyone's doing stupid shit, so let's just
You're
start.
doing stupid shit, and you're doing stupid shit. Everybody gets stupid shit.
Let's start with Activision.
Alright,
so Activision didn't actually do anything this time. This time, they didn't do anything.
They're okay for now.
According to Game Informer, the makers of Humvee, AM General, are suing Activision over the vehicles in Call of Duty.
Which Call of Duty?
Call of Duty's over the past several years, but probably starting with Modern Warfare 1.
Alright.
So, and I quote here, the lawsuit alleges that Activision has taken advantage of AM General's goodwill and reputation by incorporating Humvee branding into the games and related toys and content. AM also alleges that the vehicles are a key selling point of the series. Activision stated that they do not comment on the pending litigation. And that is a stupid fucking thing for AM General to say. That's like someone, like, he bought, like whoever is doing lawsuits over AM General, he didn't want to spend a lot of money, so he bought, like, an old game for his kid, and then he saw a Humvee in there, and he's like, I could make something off this.
I can get some money, maybe. Loads of money.
But there was another lawsuit like this in which, hold on, it's in that same article.
It was, I forgot what it was.
And that other point, it was, let's see.
The GTA one.
Yeah, an LA club felt that a club in Grand Theft Auto was named too similarly, and then he sued, and he got nothing. That basically was protected by fair use.
Yeah, it's like, why would you sue for that? Like, it's just, their background assets. It's not like their actual actual advertising.
No one's going around saying, let's get in the Humvee and do some sick jumps. No one's doing that.
Yeah, and then it's not like...
We're not, the Humvees aren't, they're basically just used as any other equipment. That's like saying someone who manufactures tanks or guns should sue Activision for it.
It's a silly legal
because case. the Humvees aren't even a central point of the game.
If they were, like, if, for example, wasn't there something in Call of Duty where somebody just, like, flashed a candy bar or something like that? I think it was in...
Oh, I don't remember.
I think it was one of the newer ones, like Advanced Warfare.
Let me tell you something about Advanced Warfare. I didn't even bother looking at it. I don't care.
Alright. It was, I think if I remember correctly, there's a scene where I think maybe in the first 30 minutes of the game, you have your commander, and he just takes out a candy bar and just unwraps it and eats it. And the candy bar has a logo of a famous candy company, probably Mars Candy, like a Hershey's or a Snickers or some bullshit like that. Mm-hmm. Butterfinger. And he just flashes it. That's like product placement and shit. That's not what they're doing with Humvees. Humvees are just in the background.
No one's going like, you like this car?
Yeah, they're not like making the car the focal point.
No one's doing that.
Yeah. Whereas with the candy bar, or with anything with like candy, soda, like those are the probably best examples where they flash it.
Products for people are probably going to have the means to buy it. No one's buying fucking Humvees.
Why would you even buy a Humvee in the first? Like, aren't those out of style now?
I don't know if you're like one of those military doomsday prepper buffs.
Probably the doomsday prepper is more accurate. Though they take so much gas.
I don't know who's buying them.
I haven't seen a Humvee in a while.
But the point is that this looks like a stupid lawsuit, because how are you going to prove anything beyond they're in the background?
You can't. So I think even the legal expert said it's going to be an uphill fight for them.
Yeah.
So they're probably either gonna withdraw the case or the judge is gonna dismiss it and go, nah. And then, yeah, that's the end of their case. It's a silly case, and they probably shouldn't have gone with it in the first place. But they did, so now we're laughing at them.
I mean, it's more like exasperation for me.
Oh, it's exasperation. I'm just laughing at them at this point. I've gone past exasperation. I'm just like, you guys are idiots. By the way, we forgot to introduce ourselves.
No, everyone knows by now.
Are you sure?
You're 6 episodes in. If you didn't watch the first 6,
we should always introduce ourselves.
No, it's fine.
No,
it's fine.
I'm AssassinGlasgow.
Okay.
This is Zach from Two Patricks. Okay.
Hi.
Introduction's done.
Introduction done.
Always introduce yourself.
Do you want to pick the next thing to talk about?
Let's talk about the stuff with Bluefin. I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Right.
So very reminiscent of 38 Studios and Kurt Schilling.
Very. So let's get the background.
Let me preface that first part. If you don't know who Kurt Schilling is or was a Red Sox player who wanted to make a game company. And like a big part of his thing was that I'm going to do it by myself. I need no help from anyone. I don't need the government. I'm going to be a self-made man. And about millions upon millions of dollars later, he has nothing. And the basics of it was that he went in not knowing how to make video games at all. Threw money around he made it rain every day at 38 Studios.
He has a money gun that shoots money out.
Yeah, and he basically blew all his money to the point that he had nothing left. And the only way that game was going to come out, the Kingdoms of Amalur, the MMO, was if he spent $4 million a month for like another 18 months. So that wasn't going to happen. No one's going to back that. And on top of that, he had 2 projects going at the same time. He had the Kingdoms of Amalur MMO, and he had the Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning single-player game. That actually sold fairly well, but it couldn't make up for the fact that he was still blowing shitloads of cash upon the MMO.
I feel like having an MMO as your first project is the stupidest thing you could do.
It shouldn't even be your second project.
It shouldn't even be your second project.
It should probably be like your 5th project.
Wait, how long did it take Blizzard to even get to the MMO stage? Like 10 years?
Let's see.
Because they had to go through all the Warcrafts.
World of Warcraft came out in 2005.
Yeah, and like, what, Warcraft 1 was 1990 something?
It was, hold on.
You're looking it up right now?
I'm looking up Blizzard stuff. Ignore me! Talk about something else for a second.
I'll give context for what we're going to talk about next. So basically, they're the guys that make PUBG, Players Unknown Battleground, a game that is not even out of early access yet on Steam. It's still in early access. Is it an alpha or beta?
They say it's a beta. But it's still like, it feels like an early alpha.
Okay, so beta, but feels like an early alpha when you play it. It's very popular, of course. So there's a lot of people playing it. It's one of the most popular games on Steam currently and around the world, even on Twitch for streaming. And I understand the appeal for it. I understand it's like a battle royale game. They decided to announce, I think roughly 4 days ago. It's been a while. I don't quite remember the exact date. They're making an MMO. An MMO called Air. I think it was like Alter, like Infinite Realm or something like that. I can't quite remember the exact title. No, Ascent Infinite Realm. There we go. I couldn't remember the first word. They're making a game, an MMO game. It's got dragons, it's got steampunk stuff, and I don't know, I'm just wondering why. Why are they embarking on an MMO game when their first game isn't even done? It's literally not done. It's early access.
Okay, here we go. Blizzard's first game was in 1991 on the Super NES. That was that's RPM racing.
Okay.
Their 7th game was Warcraft Orcs and Humans.
Okay.
And that was in 1994. And then World of Warcraft in 2004 was their 20th game.
Yeah, so they had like 20 games and 10 years in between them.
Yeah.
Whereas Kurt Schilling, that was like the first thing he wanted to do.
Kurt Schilling was the first thing he wanted to do. The single player game that actually got out and was sold, that wasn't even the first idea.
That was the second idea.
That was like a side idea that he had.
Yeah, and Bluefin, this is their second game.
They haven't even actually released their first game yet.
And honestly, when I look at it, I just see it's gonna crash and burn just really badly, and it's probably gonna bankrupt the company or something the same way that Kurt Schilling's company
Oh, I hope
died.
it does, because it has to be shown that if you're going to just kind of like throw money around, that you can't run a company like that, and you can't run a game like that. Especially with the trailer they have out for this MMO.
Oh god, okay.
It's the laggiest piece of shit that's ever happened. It's so the concept's so nebulous. It makes no sense. Like if you think of a Blizzard World of Warcraft announcement for either a trailer for like one of the new expansions or for like a new piece of content, it's always like, here's some story, eat the story. You like the story, right? Well, this is going to be the context of the next one, okay?
Yeah, the trailers are always really cool. But
they always I feel like there were a couple of times they put more effort into the trailer than they did the expansion.
And I mean, that's a reasonable criticism. But this trailer for Ascent, like, Air, I'm just going to call it Air. I don't really want to say the whole title because it's so forgettable. Air, this whole trailer for Air was like, I don't even know what's going on. I know that there are dragons, there are mechs, apparently, there's steampunk
There's some
gunships.
there's some Guns of Icarus aspects up to it.
Yeah, some Guns of Icarus aspects. Like, why would I want an MMO that when I could just go play Guns of Icarus? And why would I want an MMO that specifically from a company that's not done with its first game?
You can build your house.
Oh yeah,
Minecraft
apparently
style.
you can build a house or something. I'm actually not quite sure what that is. It's some like base or settlement, and it is so laggy. It is so laggy. I showed you just a little bit.
If here's the thing, if you can't handle a server with 100 people on it, you can't handle several server. If you can't handle one server with 100 people on it, how can you possibly handle multiple servers with thousands upon thousands of people on it? Ideally,
how bad does PUBG?
It runs like shit.
Well, yeah, I know, but
how
bad is it? If
there will be full seconds where you do not know what's going on. You're looking at the same image, and then you're somewhere else entirely.
Good God,
I have died that way in the game.
Oh God, you can't be. Like, if you can't even optimize your first game, why the hell do you want to even touch any other game?
Like, my setup, you see my monster PC over there.
Yes, I see your monster PC.
It's not necessarily, it's not, cutting edge, but a lot of that hardware is still powerful. And it's just, like, I can't run the game on medium.
Because it's a poorly unoptimized piece of shit.
I'm surprised. I'm shocked that I haven't had any memory leaks with PUBG.
It's just like, yeah, I just don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna work out well at all, and it's gonna crash and burn. And honestly, the way they're tackling it, like, kind of reminds me of. You remember in high school, that one dude that wanted to make an MMO RPG. We're not going to name any names just for privacy's sake, but...
Was it an MMO or was it an RTS?
Oh, MMO RTS.
Yeah, so basically the concept behind this was that there would be no, like, units, there'd be no guns. You would make biological weapons.
Actually...
And you fire them at each other.
I don't quite remember. But... Was it... By the way, are we saying bluefin or blue hole? I don't actually remember the name.
I'm pretty sure it's blue hole.
I'm sorry.
Bluefin's a fish, but I went along with it because I thought it was funny.
I'm sorry. I meant blue hole.
Blue hole is also funny, though. I won't lie, but I think you calling it bluefin was also entertaining.
I mean, because, like, I'm looking through their games. So I'm going to assume that... it's not from the same people from PUBG. But... Because, like, apparently, I guess they made Terra or something like that. Or Devilian. So, they've made MMOs, but it's like, that's a lot.
I'm not sure. I remember Terra. I don't remember Terra doing very well.
It's still on Steam or something like that.
I remember it being garbage. Kind of. It was also free to play, so...
Alright, let's look at their games. Terra, Devilian, PUBG. They only have 3 games. Okay. Yeah, so the criticism still applies to... Blue hole. I'm sorry, not bluefin. Blue hole. Criticism still applies. You're undertaking a lot, and if you can't even fix your servers for PUBG, how do we expect you to have good servers for your next MMO? And apparently Terra didn't do well, because you don't remember. And I don't remember ever hearing about Devillion, so.
I mean, I'm sure Terra has has an audience, surely.
Maybe.
But on the other hand of
Korean
it,
audience.
Probably. And it runs. Terra does run fine from what I recall. But it seemed that, like, if you look at the trailer, there's a lot more going on here than there was in Terra. There's a lot more assets firing off.
Yeah, there's a lot, because I think the point of the MMO is something about realm versus realm combat, something like that, and that's just really ambitious. Anyways, as I was saying,
it's a lot more complex than Terra is, basically.
Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, back to the guy from high school.
Yeah, so anyway, the concept for his game was basically something along the lines of that there would be no units. It would just be like you fire biological weapons at each other, which I guess sort of makes sense.
I think he made units. I don't remember. Honestly, the game never got off the ground. It
Yeah.
never got past the concept sketching stage, and there were no game designs. They had a forum. They asked me to be a mod on the forum, and I was like, because I had friends that were working on it, I said yes. Nobody ever talked on that forum, honestly. They generated no advertising. They didn't even have there was nothing playable, and they wanted to make an MMO. These are guys that have never made a game before.
These are teenagers, by the way, who had
We were 16.
no programming experience whatsoever among any of them.
No, we were 17. 17, 18 years old.
I wasn't involved in this, by the way. I saw this thing, and I was like, wow, this looks stupid.
I think I told you about it.
Yeah.
And we were very skeptical about this being a thing. And guess what? We were right.
They had a CEO and a CFO and an office space, but they never got past the concept stage, and none of them could code.
No, one could code. The CEO. He could code. And I remember I had this conversation with somebody that I knew, like one of my friends who was on it. She was very passionate about it, but I think it was misguided.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I was like, I didn't want to hurt her feelings or anything like that. But
also, the writing for the story they made for the game was super crazy.
Crazy in a bad way.
Like, it was like a planet split in half,
but
still
that's right.
two perfect spheres.
I'm surprised that
How
you
does that
remember
make sense?
I'm surprised that you remember that.
An earthquake splits the planet in two perfect spheres.
It was,
and one of them was like a bunch of basically think wood elves, but not as advanced.
When the earthquake split, everybody just localized onto one or the other side.
And the other one is think like the Terrans from StarCraft.
They were.
And basically they were going to have a war across the small mass space between them with biological weapons. And this was the dumbest shit that I had heard that year.
Yeah, okay.
And I know I'm being harsh, but I have to be harsh to truly underscore how bad of an idea this was.
It was a really bad idea because, okay, it was an MMO and an RTS at the same time. It's like, I guess they were trying to go for StarCraft, some kind of StarCraft thing. But either way, these were things that you don't undertake until you have a lot of experience doing it. And so,
if you're all 16 and only one of you can code, and your coding's not even you haven't even done a class, you just looked at C++, I can code.
So the guy that could code was the CEO. He could code because he learned, and I guess maybe he took a class. Okay, and here's the thing. So the friend that I was talking about, she and the one that I didn't want to be mean to, she was basically saying, I think it will be fine because he knows how to make, and she used the wrong word, a platform. And I was like, platforms are what you play it on, not what it is. And she was trying to say that he made a platform and then he sold it to some company for some amount of money.
Sure, he did.
And I was like, okay, that's nice and all, but then that's not what a platform is. And then he never coded any kind of game. These are games that are really expansive and take a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of knowledge to actually get working. Because you got to get servers and shit. You got to account for the amount of people in your servers. You gotta account for all the things that are happening in your servers. And that's a lot. That's a lot to undertake for one person, much less a team of there was 15 people, I think. And then at the time, I think she tried to justify it too by saying his dad was a coder who coded for submarines or something like that. And I'm like, the coding's not the same.
No, wait, is your whole game gonna be like a sonar where bing, they are over there.
If I wanted a sonar game, I'd play one of those like sub games. They exist. I forgot the name of it. But
one of those low quality Sub Hunter games.
No, they're not that low quality. I think they're published by Ubisoft. They're like old. Though.
So low quality is
they're
what
old.
You're saying.
No, Ubisoft has had good games. Okay,
if you say so. I'm aware. No, I do. No, they've made good games.
They've made good games. Okay, it's just right now they're shitty. But that's another story. That's our Ubisoft.
Supposedly Origins is good, but I don't know.
Good in what way? Because apparently it's intensive.
From the person I heard from Pat from Two Best Friends.
That's one source.
He says that he's enjoying it. And like, okay, that's fine.
Okay,
you know?
The true test is me, because I fucking love Assassin's Creed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I had to ask the High Priestess of Assassin's Creed bullshit.
Is this an appropriate Assassin's Creed game? No.
You didn't even like sit through 2 minutes of Syndicate. You don't know how bad Syndicate is.
I know how bad Syndicate is.
You haven't experienced it though.
Okay, well, if we get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube or whatever, we'll experience
Please make it happen, because I want to be sitting in the room with her when she gets through every level and like the Charles Dickens side quests.
Wait, what?
There's, side quests with Charles Dickens. You're friends with Charles Dickens. And Charles Darwin. You're friends with Charles Dickens and Charles Darwin.
I hate this already. Okay, so like the subscriber milestones are like, was it 1,000 for Assassin's Creed 1? And then 2,000 for Assassin's Creed 2 or something, or 3,000, whatever.
Are all your milestones Assassin's Creed?
No, not all of them.
Okay.
It's just that the first one I want to make Assassin's
Creed. It sounds like the first 3 and the final one are Assassin's Creed, though. So I was going off.
You assume
I was extrapolating data.
You assume my channel will only grow to 10,000 and level off. That's it. Oh my god! I thought you had more faith in me.
Faith is the wrong word.
I
call it more. I call it more cautionless optimism.
Oh no! Anything but that. All right, but
anyway, onwards with the bullshit. What were we talking about?
So we were talking about the MMO and how his dad could code, and I guess he could code. And they tried to make a game. They tried to do all these meetings. They tried to plan things. They got that dude, the dude that liked me in high school, to draw art for them.
Right.
So that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't look good. I just wanted to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, it was all bad. And they never got it off the ground. It eventually died after like 2 months. And I remember when we graduated and brought it up or something, and then like all the people there that were involved in it just kind of like gave this exasperated look.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I was there.
You were there.
I remember them all going, "Yeah, it was a stupid idea."
It was like hindsight's 20/20, but you should have listened to us.
I had foresight. That's the problem.
We used foresight. It was super effective. But it's like, I guess the thing is, a lot of people that were in there they didn't play games.
They didn't play games. Most of them didn't play any games.
And if they did play games, it was very only 1 or 2
titles.
A few
played Call of Duty. I think one person played Dragon Age. But yeah, most of them had never played a game. Like, most of them hadn't played very many games. And one of the first things you're supposed to do if you're going to develop games is
play
you
games.
have to play a shitload of games to understand what you can actually do. Because, like, looking at it now with just what I have in terms of like my experience with programming, is that I understand, like, I have ideas, but I understand the true magnitude of, like, not just making a game, but like ensuring there are no memory leaks, or making sure that your thing runs on Windows and or Mac and or iPhone, Android.
Well, a lot of people go with Windows first when they make a game,
right?
And then they branch out,
right? But I'm saying that, like, there's so much data that you don't think of that's going on with making a game, and these people weren't even aware of what it takes to make the core concept of it, because they had no experience.
Like, anybody that's, like, for example, we've had a lot of experience playing games. When we see MMO, we see RTS, those are things that are super complicated to do on your first project ever. That's why a lot of games, when you see that are released, that are indie games, they're all small scale and usually only run on Windows. They're all small scale games. They're because that's the easiest to code and the easiest to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all, and usually they have art that's like really tiny too, like pixelated graphics or whatever.
I mean, like Gunpoint's a great game, and it was made in Game Maker, which is considered one of the lower powered game dev tools.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, if you're gonna make a game, guys, play games first. It's like if you want to write a story, read a lot first. You know.
Don't like if you want to like expand your vocabulary, you can't read one book and go, "Yep, that's all the words I'm ever gonna need."
What book is that? Unless it's a dictionary.
It's probably like
Twilight.
What's a bad? I was gonna try to avoid saying Twilight.
50 Shades of Grey.
That was gonna be my next pick.
Maradonia, Tales of Maradonia.
I hadn't read that one.
It's pretty bad.
Is that the one written by the person who said they were a prodigy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 15-year-old who said she was a prodigy.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
The fantasy one.
I know you're talking
I sent you
about.
an excerpt or something.
No, you did. It was awful.
It was really bad.
It was shit.
I think I sent you the trailer too. She tried to make a movie, and it was bad.
You see, but that's the thing. It's the same concept, and I know Bluehold made Terra. I'm aware of Terra as a thing. However, I don't have that faith if we're looking at like Terra versus like going into PUBG or PUBG and then going into this new idea.
I guess we're just worried about because
Terra was still basically like, it was still like, oh, we're just gonna do
Terra's
WoW
fantasy.
We're gonna do WoW but with anime. That was what Terra is basically. And like anything beyond like the bare bones of that didn't really work out as a concept.
It's like, and it lags so badly too. That's just like questionable.
It's like looking at that game. I can't remember what who the developer was, but I think it was called Firefall. And the initial the initial reviews that were coming out of it looked really promising, and then the final game ended up being just hackneyed crap.
I played I was actually on the playtesting team for Firefall.
Yeah, and what'd you think?
It was okay in the playtesting stage, and then
I played the final version, and Jesus Christ, was it awful!
I don't know what changes they made in the final version because I didn't end up playing it. Overall,
door closed.
Yes, there was a door closed.
I'm trying to mentally make these notes because like these are things I can't get rid of. Like, okay, what can I do there?
Edit the audio, double check. Doggo barking. Okay, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they changed in between because I liked how it was when it was in the playtesting stage as a playtester. I can say this now.
Yeah,
because it's done and over.
Yeah,
but it's like
I'm pretty sure the game's done and over too.
Oh yeah, no, it's been done and over for like a year and a half. They closed it.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know why these developers this is a developer thing. Why they decide to make these changes, especially for MMOs. But it doesn't look good when the trailer you have for your new MMO is laggy as shit.
Is already laggy.
It's laggy as shit.
You should make the effort to make your trailer as good as possible, and lag
to sell
look
it.
good.
Yeah, and
you at least try to hide that.
Yeah, so it's like laggy as shit, and then like PUBG is laggy as hell too, and isn't optimized well, and like and with the new one, there's so many particle effects and shit happening. It's kind of like it's not gonna do well, and I think.
That also makes me think that the Terra guys aren't working on it because it looks like if they had done an MMO before, this specific team, then surely if they were from the Terra, they would have been able to pull that experience. And I'm not getting that vibe from the trailer.
Okay, but yeah, no. So maybe this company going under in 2 years is probably a very, very harsh estimate.
I would say 2 to 3 years is understandable.
But they're probably going to have trouble in the long run.
It depends how much.
I didn't take into account their previous games.
It depends how quickly they blow the cash with the
new one,
PUBG.
Or PUBG.
Like how quickly they blow their PUBG cash, because they've been able to run Terra, but how long does this specific project last?
It's probably gonna. I mean, like the last MMO I played was Hero Wars, and that was by the people who did what was it? They did it's like an anime style MMO. I know that describes a lot.
Yeah.
L-Sword. I think they did L-Sword.
I'm pretty sure that was. I'm pretty sure that's every project Perfect World has ever worked on.
Probably. It's from KOG Games.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they did L-Sword. That project died in a year.
Mm.
And it was promising though. I was in the beta stage for it, but it died. So like I can anticipate this happening with this one, with Air, if they can't get their shit together.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe the company won't go under because PUBG is just keeping them afloat at this point. But one of those two games is gonna die. They can't do both. I don't believe they can do both. Especially since PUBG is not even out of...
they just put in vaulting in PUBG.
They just put it in?
Is
it vaulting and a pretty...
It might not even be in yet. I haven't played it in a while. So they might not have implemented it yet.
At this rate, might as well just go play the Darwin Project. If they fix the voiceover IP on that, I will be fine. Because that game's actually pretty good.
Do they have the guy from the presentation in it, though?
No, well, they have his voice, I think. I don't know. I have to double check because it's been a while since I remember the Shoutcaster.
Unplayable. It is now unplayable without him. That's the only way I'm gonna play it if he's in it.
I'll double check. He might have the same voice cues for like when you get a kill for a headshot or something like that, or an axe kill. He might scream it at you. So
I hope he does.
That's
the only way I'll play the game.
I'll talk more about the Darwin Project after our next thing, but yeah. So we'll see where it goes, but I'm not very optimistic with it, especially since PUBG is not like they're I don't even know what they're doing with it anymore. It's making money. It's making money.
I mean, it's making money, but it's making money the same way early access games make money.
So it's gonna get ditched eventually.
I mean, there's a good chance.
I'm
not gonna lie, it's not looking good.
It's not looking. They just put vaulting in.
They
opted for a Volkswagen last time.
They might not have actually put it in yet. Even
they opted for a Volkswagen last time instead of trying to fix server issues. That's really bad. But anyways, now let's talk about publishers.
Okay.
Let's talk about the ultimate shit publisher. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know who you're talking about, but are they the ultimate shit publisher?
I mean,
isn't it a tight race?
It is a tight race, but between the big three, who do you think is the shittiest? Who do you
probably
think will
EA,
fuck with the
considering
more?
EA just killed Visceral. That would put EA at the top for me.
Okay, good. Then we're talking about the top.
Okay.
The top dog of fucking everybody over. We're talking about EA, everybody. Electronic Arts. Yeah. Alright, so Battlefront 2, I think, just came out. Is that correct? Released on Tuesday, right?
It hasn't come out yet. It comes out on the 17th.
Oh, it does?
So it comes out on about Friday, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, Battlefront 2. I haven't played any Battlefront games, so you're able to vouch for this.
Right.
But Battlefront 2.
Okay.
Everything's locked behind a paywall.
Okay, so
everything.
Battlefront 1 Classic and Battlefront 2 Classic had no microtransactions whatsoever. There was no money to pay in. Granted, this was before microtransactions were a thing, but there were no microtransactions. Then the DICE Battlefront comes out, DICE Battlefront 1. And for that one, it was that there were booster cards. And there were credits. There were like credits that you could buy.
Okay.
But like you could still play the heroes. The heroes still come out in the game, for like, you do well enough, and then you're like, you're given the option to be the hero. You have the option to be Luke Skywalker. You have the option to be Darth Vader. You have the option to be Leia. You have the option to be Han Solo. You
can be Leia? I didn't actually know that. What does she do? She just shoots a blaster, right?
Yeah. I know she's in the original Battlefront 2, but I don't know if she was in DICE Battlefront 1. I can't remember, because I didn't play very much of it. I mean, you can see it right there on my list of games, on my stack of Xbox games, but
yes,
I haven't put a lot of time into it, mostly because they did that thing where they split the player base with DLC map packs.
Oh, it does.
And I refused to buy them. And then it's like basically you're only able to play with people who don't have the map packs.
That's annoying.
It's a lot of popping.
That's annoying.
These are a lot of popping sounds I'm doing towards my mic, by the way. Probably should have brought down the pop filter.
No,
Anyway,
you're pretty far away. I don't think it'll catch.
that's fine.
But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't think it'll catch though. Usually the pop filter is like when you get real up close and personal with your mic. You know, almost like you're trying to be intimate with it.
Like I'm gonna whisper to it.
You're gonna careless whisper into it.
I'm gonna carelessly whisper into it.
You're gonna do the sax solo, the whatever that is. Yeah. You're gonna sax it's sax melody it.
Is that what you want? Comments? Leave your comment in the bottom if you want me to. If you want me to careless whisper
into your ear through the mic. Into the mic. You want an intimate experience from Zach.
The fuck was I gonna say now? Careless whisper is the only thing on my mind now. Okay, no, I remember now. So in Battlefront 2, the idea was that before you heard about it, there was gonna be DLC and some of it was gonna be free, and it was like, yeah, this looks positive. And then we heard about this thing, whereas that you don't get to play the heroes unless you've unlocked the heroes.
Even Darth Vader. I just want to point it out. Even Darth Vader, the dude that was available in the first game. The dudes that were available in the first game.
The dudes have been available in the past 3 games.
Locked.
They're all locked.
Locked behind some credit wall. I don't remember how much it was.
I can't remember how much it was, but to earn that money without using microtransactions, it takes 40 hours of gameplay.
For one. So how many are available? Do you know? How many heroes are available?
Let's see if I think about it.
I think Darth Maul was in there, so that's...
If we have Darth Maul and Yoda and Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader and probably Han Solo and Boba Fett.
I think you can play the new Star Wars characters too, right?
And Rey.
And Finn.
And
that's 8 already.
What's the guy's name from the
Which one?
Force Awakens? The Sith guy.
Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren.
Oh, he's in there?
He's in there. I can't think who else would be in it. Lando's probably in it. Probably. Because he's in the first one. Via DLC. Let's say there's about, 16. Let's say there's about 16 heroes.
Well, that's a fuck ton of hours. I don't even think I have that many hours on my highest played game on Steam. I think my highest played game on Steam is like, what? TF2 or something like that? And I only have like 900 hours.
Because you're still one of like 10 people who still play TF2?
Dude, a lot of people play TF2.
I know, but Overwatch is a thing now. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, like...
And people got tired of hats.
Well, they added a jetpack for Pyro.
Oh, isn't that cool?
No.
That's like 50 years too late.
Look, the thing with Overwatch is, it's fun and shit, but God, if I want to play anything that's competitive, it's a fucking cesspool. It's a cesspool of toxicity.
Well, most like games that are catered to be like anything that's supposed to be in line with like, it's not called MLG anymore. It's called something else now.
Pro.
Just pro. It becomes a cesspool.
Yeah, and so
League of Legends is the same way.
Like honestly, playing Overwatch though, like I like TF2 because of its simplicity, and you go back and you just frag people, and that's fine and shit. Overwatch, you gotta worry about like team comms, and then you have people even in quick play, which is supposed to be the casual shit in Overwatch. The same thing as like quick play in TF2. You get people who are like, switch to something else, blah blah blah, and I'm just kind of like, no. So I don't know. I'm a little bit disillusioned with Overwatch at the moment. That's just me. TF2 is fine, but anyways, as I'm saying, I did the math. So you got say 16 heroes. You said.
Let's say 16 heroes.
Let's say 16
heroes. That seems about right.
Takes 40 hours to unlock one hero. That's 640 hours. Do you have a game that's at least 640 hours that you've played?
Shogun 2 might get close.
Because like I think my hours for TF2 was 800 hours, but that was over 3 years of play. You have to play this game for 3 years, or you have to not have a job basically and just play this game forever to grind out those hours. to get these heroes. Nobody's gonna do that. No reasonable person who has a job or has to do something during the day is going to do that. That's wasting 600 hours of your life just to unlock everything in this game. And that's because EA wants to frustrate you. And I know it's EA. I don't think DICE would want to put this in because DICE is like, a lot of these decisions come down from the publisher themselves.
Well, it's hard to say who's doing what.
Do you really think DICE would though?
I'm not sure. I didn't think Monolith would do everything that's in Shadow of War, but I'm not, you know.
That's a Warner Brother thing though, isn't it?
Yeah, but Monolith is the developer.
I know, but like, when the publisher says something has to go into the game, or else they're gonna pull some stupid, like, marionette thing with your game, or just cut the strings altogether.
It's just that it's hard to determine who does what, because you'll hear the interviews with Monolith, and you know, and like I'm certain that some of it's like we have to do this because of the publisher, but I'm not sure how much of it is that and how much it is the other thing.
Okay, fine. So I retract my statement. So uncertain if it's DICE or if it's EA, but overall EA is gonna get most of the shit for this. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
no, EA is the one that's gonna be held accountable, likely, for that.
Yeah. But anyways, everything's behind a paywall or loot boxes and microtransactions. And they're doing this intentionally to frustrate the player who doesn't want to spend that much time in order to unlock things or play as the heroes they want to play. Play as heroes that should have been readily available from the last 3 games.
Yeah.
And I just think it speaks to what the industry is going, like the direction it's going to right now. Microtransactions are in, and that's what makes the money. And now they're just making it unbearable.
I mean, remember when season passes were with every game, and when the multiplayer was with every game?
And you're saying this is a natural evolution of that?
No, I'm saying that this is just the newest thing that we're just going to have to fucking deal with until they realize that it's stupid.
They still do season passes and multiplayer though, right?
Yeah, but it's not like... It was games like when BioShock 2 had multiplayer.
That's right. I forgot BioShock 2 had multiplayer.
Or when a shit game like Legendary has multiplayer and no one's gonna play that. When a game like Overlord has multiplayer and...
It has multiplayer?
Yeah, Overlord 1 has multiplayer.
Why the fuck does that have
Jim Sterling has said multiple times that when he played the Overlord 1 multiplayer, there were 2 people in it, including himself.
Who was the other person?
I don't know. He hasn't said.
This is why, like... No. Oh, that's right. Even, Brutal Legend had multiplayer.
Brutal Legend has multiplayer.
It was that time, 2009 or something, where everybody had multiplayer in their thing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that, like, there's more games that... There are games now that will just go straight single player. That fad has died down, but this is the newest fad because they think it's going to work out, but I guarantee you, eventually it will die, but it just takes people to not buy the games.
They think it's going to work out because it makes them money.
Right.
The thing with multiplayer is it didn't make them money, you know? They just added multiplayer because it's like, oh, that'll keep people in our game more, and maybe investors will see that and be like, oh, these people are spending an average of 10 hours a week in this game. That's pretty good. Kind of like Call of Duty, because that was like the in thing. But it didn't make money. I think that's the difference. These microtransactions, these loot boxes, everything, season passes, they make money. The money is on top of the base game. That it's like getting the money that they lost developing the game back and advertising the game back, except more. It's all about profits. I think the industry right now is all about profits and maximizing as much as possible. I don't know. I guess you could say min-maxing with it, but that might not be the correct assessment. All right. What?
So this is new from
new?
EA.
Okay.
So we're reducing the amount of credits needed to unlock the top heroes by 75%. Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader will now be available for 15,000 credits. Emperor Palpatine, Chewbacca, and Leia Organa for 10,000 credits, and Iden at 5,000 credits. Based on what we've seen in the trial, this amount will make earning these heroes an achievement, but one that will be accessible for all players.
Why lock, at least have 2.
The thing is, you're still hiding them behind a paywall.
Yeah, at least have 2. Have Vader and Luke. have them available and unlock everybody else, and that makes the sense of it.
Because you're basically pulling out a part of the Battlefront games that have been a thing every single game that we've been able to play hero characters before, and it was just do well enough to play the hero character, and now now you not only have to do that, you now have to make sure you've bought the character for that as well.
It's just way too much. And I think EA's response, their community team response on Reddit, which by the way is the most downvoted comment in Reddit history, is we want to give players a sense of pride at progress, or a pride and accomplishment. That was the shorthand version of it. There's no pride and accomplishment for grinding 40 hours or whatever it is now, since they reduced the amount.
If it's 75%, then it'd be 10 hours, but that's still 10 hours for something I should already have.
Yeah, it's like, and you have to save all your credits on just one character too. You can't spend it on anything else. There is no sense of accomplishment with that, especially if you're locking everybody behind.
It's like saying, "Good news, we'll get the nail out of your leg in 10 hours instead of 40 hours." I mean, it's still 10 hours too long. It's still 10 hours of a nail in my thigh. So what exactly?
I was thinking a nail in your knee, but all right.
No, wherever it is, that's still a nail in my person that you shot at me with a nail gun. So how am I supposed to feel grateful for that?
EA, legitimate nail killer. Nail
Fucking
murderer.
Stupid.
But yeah, it's it's all driven for profits now. I think that's the unfortunate part with the way the industry is moving. And as you said, the only way to stop this is if people stop buying the games.
However, here's the other thing. This is on Reddit, a user on our Star Wars Battlefront has done an updated time estimate to unlock all heroes and star cards to level 4 in the game. So, this was before they said that thing just now.
Okay.
It will take an estimated 4,528 hours of gameplay to unlock everything, or spend
oh god, 4,000?
Or to spend roughly $2,100 on microtransactions. This is worse than For Honor. This is literally really more bad. Money than For Honor was.
This is really bad.
And For Honor, crashed and failed on its fucking face as it was supposed to.
That's really bad. $2,100? Nobody has that kind of money. Like, just lying around all in one go.
I mean, Bill Gates could do it if he really wanted to.
Okay, yeah, but is Bill Gates gonna do it?
No, he's not gonna. He's not
gonna fucking do it.
He's too busy building his new smart city.
His new HoloLens smart city, where everybody has a Microsoft Surface.
Yeah, so he's already busy with that.
It's just... Yeah, as you said, the only way to stop publishers... I'm gonna say publishers for this. Who knows, developers might do it too. The only way to stop publishers from doing this is to not buy the game.
Yeah.
To not pre-order.
Exactly.
Like, because pre-ordering is gouging too in different ways. Like, they lock... Like the Assassin's Creed Origins lock DLC thing. You just can't touch the game. The thing is, not everybody's gonna follow that. And there are definitely people who defend the game for whatever reason it is. There are people who defended Assassin's Creed when it started going down the sinkhole. People who still defend Call of Duty, even though it's been down the sinkhole for the past 8 years. If you still have people like that, in numbers, in droves, then it's still gonna give money to these people. And they're gonna still find it profitable and lucrative. Because people are eating it up still.
Well, I wonder how much it takes for Battlefront 2 to be considered profitable if they expected Dead Space 3 to sell 6 million copies or something crazy like that.
Sell or spend money? There's a difference.
Well, 6 million copies...
That's a baseline, but still... They can still make money back from microtransactions.
Well, how much money do you think they're expecting to make off of this, including microtransactions?
Well, I don't know the budget for this game. I can't make an assessment off.
Like how little money do they have to make before it's considered a failure?
A failure?
Yeah.
Well, what's the budget for it? That's what I'm saying. How much do they spend on it?
I have no idea because no one ever says.
No, it says on the Wikipedia page, I think. Well, movies do.
For movies.
For movies.
Not for games.
Yeah, you're right.
It's almost impossible to get the spending thing for games, which is why I hate it when people do that argument of games are really expensive now, and it's like, shut up.
Wait, you mean like the price, like how much you have to pay, like $60?
Like not that. Like they're like making games is really hard now, and we need to be nicer to these guys because they're spending a lot of money to make this game for us. So it's okay to charge $60 plus hundreds of dollars of DLC bullshit.
Okay, no, it's okay for me. It's okay to charge a baseline price, and like if you're an indie game, then like a smaller price is more appropriate, and that makes sense.
And it's like you don't even know what they spend. You don't know how much they spend on like fucking marketing bullshit.
That's where a lot of money is spent.
That's what I'm talking about. Like when Halo 4 did like the thing with Mountain Dew, how much do you think that costed?
Yeah. But anyways, I would say maybe they need to sell 8 million?
Do you think?
Because Star Wars is a bigger name than Dead Space.
Right.
And it is a longer franchise, a more beloved franchise, I feel. There's been 3 games already.
It kind of depends which era of Star Wars you really like.
Okay, fine. So maybe between 6 and 8 million units.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
Okay.
I'm lowballing 6 million because of Dead Space 3, and then highballing with 8 million because Star Wars name.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So they need to sell roughly around that amount. They might not hit it if a lot of people are canceling their pre-orders. Because I did read something about a bunch of people canceling their pre-orders because they saw that it's like, oh, loot boxes and shit.
Yeah.
So they might take a hit, but I don't know if it's going to be reasonable enough to basically tell EA, don't fucking do this again. Because we know if you don't speak with your wallet, they're going to do this again. It's the same thing with any other, like, corporate, like, multi-million-dollar company.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta speak with your wallet, or they're gonna keep doing this shit. So, I don't know. Unless everybody just starts buying it, I don't know if you can make a big enough statement about loot boxes and microtransactions.
Well, I know people still bought, Shadow of War.
Yeah, people still bought Shadow of War. And I heard that it's a great game despite the garbage microtransactions. But as we're saying, it's not going to stop. Like, if you buy the game, you're basically telling them it's okay for microtransactions to be included in your game, rather than outright boycotting it and saying, no, we don't want games with this, like, heavily spooned into our discs or digital copies. I don't know where people are buying their games nowadays.
I mean, I buy most of my games online at this point.
Yeah,
either like with PC games, it's Steam and GOG, and with console games, I'll buy physical copies, but I prefer to buy the thing off of. Here's the thing about that: if it's an indie game that's not going to go down in price, then like I'll buy it then. But with buying physical copies of games, that's usually the only way to get a sale. Usually,
yeah, that's true.
Otherwise, it'll be full price on the console store.
They don't cut prices a lot on the console store.
No, because they don't realize why Steam makes so much money. It's because of the constant sales. It's because of the sales, guys. Being jammed in your mouth.
All the sales, all the discounts. That's the only way Steam's like still got a fucking monopoly on everything. Even though EA tries, and Uplay tries, or Ubisoft tries. But anyways, I think that's enough for a rant for EA fucking over Battlefront 2. We'll see how it is. It comes out 17th, you said?
Yeah, I think it's the 17th.
Alright, we'll see how it does then. 17th is Judgment Day for EA. We'll see how much it sells, and we'll see if they'll be able to, make the money that they lost from their microtransactions.
Also, there's just one more caveat. Microtransactions are up to 6 times more expensive than in the review copies in Battlefront 2. So the review copies it's cut down to the point that in the base game, in the retail version of the game, it's 6 times what it is in the review copies.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, are you sure?
Indeed.
Wait, I think I saw that Reddit title. Are you sure it's not misleading?
No, it's not misleading.
It's got a misleading
There's no misleading tag on it.
Oh, jeez.
I'm
That's
looking
really
at it.
bad. Well, I don't know. I don't know too much about that because you're just telling me about it now. But that's really bad if it's 6 times the amount.
In this case, reviewers played a version where a hero costed 10,000, and in the retail version, that same hero costed 60,000 credits.
That's a big no-no.
Yeah,
that's a big no-no. EA Dice. Whoever did this, whoever implemented, whoever gave the go-ahead for this, I want your job. I want you to put down the papers, pack everything in the box, and I need you to go.
No, it is flagged as misleading. Hold on.
Okay. It's flagged as misleading. Yeah, no. Okay.
It was unintentionally and publicly disclosed in the description of YouTube video. During the review event, EA had lowered the prices to allow reviewers the chance to play with most of the heroes. The in-game cost is not representative of the final game cost. So it was told beforehand that the prices in the review copies are not going to be the same as in the retail copies.
But they're still like triple the amount.
They're still like 6 times the amount. Yes.
Yeah. It's like still that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, and also for review copies, wouldn't you just unlock every character anyway?
You would
just
think
so
they would.
That they could play.
Because the only reason I could think of someone doing that is to show people that you can, like, I don't know, buy them. And the only reason I can think you'd want to do that is to say, like, oh, I have to play this much to do it.
I'm just, there's like, that reaction gif of the dude who...
There's a lot of reaction gifs.
I didn't finish my sentence.
Okay, continue.
God. The dude who kind of like, he like stares for a moment and then he blinks a few times and then he like shakes his head a little bit and he's just like...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's me right now. That's just me, just everything you're telling me. I'm just so done. Alright, well, I think that's enough for ranting about EA developers.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I just wanted to briefly talk about the Darwin Project beta and just like games that we've been playing. Did you play anything?
I played a lot of Persona 5 the past week.
You're just new gaming it though.
Now I'm new gaming it, but I also beat it like 4 or 5 days ago.
Oh, okay, I see.
And I can't talk about it ever because that needs to be its own topic entirely. And I'm probably going to talk about that with Dell at some point.
Okay.
But I play a lot of P5. And then the other thing I've been doing is I've been going to D&D sessions like every Sunday. And those are a lot of fun.
You got a dog.
I got a dog in my D&D session.
You got a dog. And somebody liked your beard.
And someone liked my beard.
Yes. For me, so I got into the Darwin Project beta. And I played a little bit of it. I streamed it. And I really... Like, it's a fun game. It's actually quite a fun game. For a survival game and stuff like that. I can easily see it being, like, the thing that overtakes PUBG. If PUBG doesn't fix itself.
Right.
I can see it, like, basically overtaking PUBG. If people are okay with the cartoony kind of aspects. Because the character models are a little bit cartoony.
Right.
And it's just overall, like, really fun. And the voices are fun. And the tracking aspect is fun. Because, like, you're hunting people. I don't know if PUBG does that. I think it's just straight battle royale.
PUBG is literally you just run around and you try to find some other people and you shoot them.
Yeah.
There's not really explicit hunting. It's more like you're just kind of in a free-for-all.
Darwin Project is hunting. That's one of the things that they encourage you to do. So if you see like a chopped tree and it's not from you, you can like look at it and then you can track people. You can see where they are for like 2 minutes or something like that. I can't quite remember the time period.
No, I remember. I watched.
It's really fun. Just the downside is like the voice aspect. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's a beta only thing, but the voice aspect is always on by default and you have to toggle it off. And the toggle is in the worst fucking area. It's in like tab or some shit like that. A button that I can easily press on accident. And if I press it on accident and I start like talking, for example, while streaming, everybody can hear me.
You could just mute the mic on your headset, I suppose.
Well, yes.
If that's the one that's attached to your... I don't know if it says, oh, this mic that you're using for streaming is the same mic you're going to use for...
I actually don't know what it detects. I just know it detected my Yeti mic, and like... I can't, if I'm streaming, I can't shut that off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, naturally you can't.
Yeah. So, like, that was the one thing. And then I hated the keybinds, too. Like, I couldn't toggle crouch. I wanted to toggle crouch instead of hold to crouch. I don't know why they didn't put the rebindable stuff in the beta itself, or closed alpha, I think is what it was. But I did get a developer response saying they would focus on that. But still, I just think open mic's a bad idea, because if everybody has open mic and somebody comes in and their PC fan is loud, that's a wind tunnel that you're not shutting off.
Oh, it's like doing Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, where you're playing one of those games and then you hear literally everything that's going on in that person's house.
Yeah, that's not good.
There's music playing in the background. There's kids screaming. You can hear everything through this person's mic. And
that's not a good player experience. So I think that they should include more improvements to the voice over IP stuff in the game itself. Allow me to mute somebody, hopefully, because not everybody's gonna be like, oh, I guess I'm loud. Tab. Allow me to mute somebody. God. And then allow me to do some, like, rebind either the toggle or just let me disable my microphone in-game overall. Because the microphone is used to talk to people, to form alliances, and I totally understand why, but at least push to talk will work better than whatever is currently in the beta now. But other than that, the game's really fun. I like the game. I had fun playing it. Just did not like the voice part. And I've been playing Breath of the Wild, and that's been fun too. Just been kind of fucking around in that game though. Not really finishing the main quest.
I've had my head in my hands for most of those, actually.
Yeah, I know. I just die a lot. I fucking fuck up a bomb throw and I kill myself.
Oh, that's funny, but it's like things like watching you like try to figure out, oh, I can use the ice block to raise the gate.
That one I forgot, okay? I just freaking forgot that.
I was sitting there going, should I say something? I'm not sure.
I forgot about that, but I think I figured it out eventually, right?
You did, but it took some help.
It took a while. Okay, I did solve it eventually. It just took a while because I forgot.
Or that you were staring directly at the skylight opening, and you were turning the thing. It's like nothing's happening. What does this do?
You mean the water?
Yeah, like
okay.
Yeah,
I'm serious about that though. I was saying, where's the water? Because I was turning it to get the water in, but I was always off.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying you don't believe me, but I'm serious about that.
I don't believe you.
I'm serious.
You're opening the skylight and going, "What does this do?" And you were looking at the skylight.
Oh no, the skylight itself, I didn't notice because it was at the very top and I was focused on the ground. The water itself, though, going through the skylight, I knew what to do with the water. I just kept fucking up the placement of the trunk. Okay?
Yeah, but before that, you were still asking, what does this do, as you saw the skylight opening above you?
No, I didn't see the skylight. I swear to God. Okay. It was on the top, and I didn't see it.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't see it. Yeah. I was focused on turning it.
It was on your screen, though.
I just didn't see it, okay?
Okay.
The water, though.
It's fine. You beat it. You did beat it. You did beat the easiest water blight boss in the game.
I did beat it, yeah. I beat the water blight boss. And it only took me like 3 tries. 4 tries. Took you 7 tries. Did you really count 7 tries?
You died 6 times.
Did I die 6 times? I don't remember dying 6 times.
You did die 6 times. You were quite frustrated by the 5th or 6th time. So maybe your mind blotted that out.
Maybe, I don't know.
In blind anger.
No,
it was fun to watch, though. It was fun to watch. I wasn't
frustrated, but it was just like some of the deaths are like, oh, come on. Like, because it was right above me.
You were a little frustrated.
No, you haven't seen me frustrated.
You seemed just a tiny bit frustrated.
No, you haven't seen me frustrated.
Okay.
Frustrated is Dark Souls. Dark Souls is bad. I can't remember where it was, but I did get super frustrated in Dark Souls. I believe you. You say that, but obviously you don't. You obviously don't. Now, no, the day I get salty is like really bad. I don't think that's ever happened on stream. When I get salty, that's bad. That takes a lot, though. It's like, you gotta cross the threshold.
How many Heinekens do you need to drink before you're salty?
I fucking 1? Because Heineken sucks. Because I'll get salty at the Heineken.
And yet you drink it.
I drank it because I had nothing else.
It's better just to be sober. It's better just to be sober.
Well, okay. Recommend something to me next time for drinking, and I'll drink it. I'll buy and drink it.
Okay. I'll buy lemonade. That's a thing.
That's
a
no,
thing.
buy lemonade. I want to try it.
Yeah.
I actually want to try lemonade. That sounds good.
I think there's a Bevmo around here somewhere.
Because I seen it once in high school.
Oh, it looks fun.
Is it alcohol?
Oh god, I can't remember.
I think it's just regular.
I would
lemonade.
assume it has to be alcohol if it's supposed to be like a Russian thing.
I don't know. Lemonade though, buy it. I will drink that shit.
Okay.
I will drink that shit
Okay.
on stream.
That'll be our next co-op stream, whatever that's gonna be.
I don't know what that's gonna be yet.
I don't even know. We don't even know when that's gonna be. When we can get that to work.
I don't know.
We have an idea for it. We just don't know when we're gonna do it.
What was our idea again?
Brutal Legend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because we can't do anything with YouTube on it.
Yeah, because they're gonna mute all that shit.
YouTube just comes by, hey, how's it going? And then bitch slaps you, and then you're just on the ground like, you can't play that game. You didn't get the
music license,
the responsibility. You weren't given the opportunity to do that by 80 bands or something. Even though it's in the game that we're okay with you doing. You didn't get
Lenny to...
You super can't get Lenny's permission now. Unless you get like a seance or some shit. Which I would.
Get a medium for Lenny.
Oh, if I could talk to Lenny in the afterlife, I would. Immediately.
What would you ask him though?
Oh, I would just say you're like the coolest.
That's it. You just praise him from the afterlife.
I would praise him from in the afterlife. Like you're just really cool.
Just get a Ouija board then.
Your version of the Sandman was way better than Metallica could ever accomplish.
Just get a Ouija board and then go, Lenny, do you think you're cool? And he'll probably just go, yes. I think you're cool. Is that and then he'll be like, is that a question?
He'll draw a thumbs up on the Ouija board.
Yeah, just a thumbs up. Not a question, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Alright. Other than that, is there anything else?
I played a bit more of Yakuza 0, but I haven't beaten it yet.
Did you watch the anime, Inuyashiki?
No, I forgot because I was tired.
Watch it tonight! Wait, you have...
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
If I watch it tonight.
You gotta watch at least up to episode 3.
I have a bunch of tutoring to do tonight, so yeah. I'll see. I have to at least watch Kiryu say something that was not something Kiryu would ever say.
Exactly. I want you to get up to episode 3.
Okay.
You gotta get up to episode 3. The first 10 minutes of episode 3,
okay.
I think, is actually pretty good.
Okay. I will watch it. I told you before, anime is hard for me to watch because I lose focus.
Oh, not with this one. This one's actually... Inuyashiki is actually pretty good anime.
The last anime I watched, I rewatched Tiger and Bunny. But I had it on the background.
Tiger and Bunny's great, though.
Yeah, I had it on the background, and I've already watched it, like, twice. So it's fine to have it just in the background. I already know. Like, I'll look back, like, oh, they're at that part.
Yeah. No, but Inuyashiki is really good. I think the pacing is really good, and how they handle the scenes are excellent. The voice actor for one of the characters is kind of weird, and I know some people don't like him. I think he's okay after a while, but initially when you hear him, he sounds really off. So, but if you can get past that, episode 3, you're gonna hear Kiryu say some stuff. He's gonna say lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. He's gonna do lots of stuff.
No, I've already seen one of the subtitles.
I know, but you don't know the context of that.
I can't imagine Kiryu saying, suck it until I come. I can't imagine that as a line.
But the context is what makes it more fucked up. You gotta get up to the context.
No, I'm aware. It's just, it's bothering me.
Wait, you know what the context is?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like, just like, I understand that it's like, this isn't Kiryu, and it's like a new character, but at the same time, I can only see Kiryu.
Exactly, that's why you have to hear it. You have to hear him say that.
By the way, if you're wondering what that snapping sound was, that was me playing with my phone case.
I didn't hear it.
I think it picked up.
Oh, okay.
These are the things I worry about when I edit these things. They're just like absent-minded things. I went, shit! I have to fix that later.
Well, you have to fix it later.
I do.
I guess you're gonna do it now. Fix it now!
We'll see.
Alright.
I have a lot of things to edit. Like, I have to still do the trailer for the Tales from the Borderlands things.
You do.
I already have 2 episodes out. I think the next thing I'm going to release is probably my Stranger Things podcast with Dell. Because that went really well. I enjoyed that show a lot, and I enjoyed talking about it a lot.
It's actually kind of unfortunate that I don't know if you would know about this. So there are some people who sexualize the Stranger Things character.
Oh, no, I'm aware of that. No,
oh,
I
yeah,
heard.
no, it's really fucked
I
up.
saw.
That's like, why would you do that? They're only 15. They're underage.
But they're on the TV, though. It's like, don't do it.
It doesn't mean shit. Okay, so like, there's a difference between saying, oh, this so-and-so character is cute. Like, in like like your grandma or your mom saying that to a baby or something like that. Like, oh, your kid's so cute. That kind of stuff. Versus like straight up sexualizing.
This is related in the greatest tangent possible.
Okay.
Do you remember in the Twilight books and then the movie? I remember this because someone told me about it.
Oh, I think I know where you're
going. Bella has the baby.
Yeah, she has a baby.
And then Werewolf Boy,
he looks
Taylor
at her.
Lautner is like, this baby's gonna be my wife.
Yeah.
Or something.
No. Okay, so basically,
oh god,
he like does this thing where he imprints, and the imprinting basically implies you're gonna mate.
Okay.
That's what it is. Like,
That's
I
cool.
want this person as a mate.
That's cool.
That's what the imprinting implies. I don't
Stephanie Meyer, you're fucked up.
She's a middle-aged house mom.
You're fucked up.
She's a middle-aged house mom. What did you expect from her?
Don't sexualize babies. I think that's the lesson of the day.
It's a baby that grows quickly, though.
Don't sexualize anything that looks like a baby.
No, seriously, it was really fucked up because like I don't think they ever explicitly said imprinting is like for marriage and mating.
No, they said mating.
Oh, they said mating? Okay.
No, I'm asking you that question. Did they say like?
I don't know. I didn't read that book because after the first 2 books, I was like, I'm fucking done with this
Dell's
shit.
read all the books. So
why would he read all the books?
I don't want to say why. That's his responsibility to ever say on stream. He gave me the reason though.
I'm gonna fucking ask
I will
him
tell you after I turn off the mic.
Okay, fine. But anyways, I don't like Twilight. I've hated Twilight for a long time. I've hated Twilight since I first heard about it. Let's go with that. That's how much I hate Twilight. And I spent...
Twilight seems like a good place to end the podcast, don't you think?
I spent a good 2 years of my teenage years hating Twilight. I read the books because
those were hard years on me.
They were.
During the Twilight Wars.
Actually, there used to be a forum that was very popular. Back when Twilight used to be very, very popular in everybody. Now it's 50 Shades of Grey or something like that. It was called Twilight Sucks. I was actually a pretty frequent member on that forum. That was a long time ago. Anyways, Twilight is bad. I know that he imprints on the baby, and they tried to make it okay by saying the baby grows like 3 times as fast.
That's still 6 years.
That's
still 6 years where it's a baby.
Yeah.
And then a kid, and then a teenager. All things which are not
like,
okay.
I think, what was it? In the movie, I've seen clips of the movie. It's like the baby, and then like a month later, the baby is now like a 4-year-old.
That's cool and all, but no.
It's just not it's not worth it.
You can't imply that you're gonna put your dick in it until it's 18. Okay? You're not allowed.
Mental age is still 2 years. It's really bad. The whole Twilight thing is bad. And this is why don't sexualize kids, please.
Don't sexualize kids. That's a lesson for the day.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's your AG sponsored lesson of the day.
It's just kind of like...
It's like Sonic Tips.
Because like the Stranger Things kids, they're like... The youngest is 12, I think? 12 or 13?
Yeah.
And then the oldest is 16, and I think that's Lucas.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's
Lucas doesn't look 16, by the way.
He doesn't look 16, but he's a late bloomer.
Yeah, they're genetically engineering those child actors, I swear.
It's like Harry Potter. How everybody was 14 when they played 11-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, don't say things like, come back to me in 3 years. That's just fucked up.
Yeah, don't say that.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
Stop it.
Instagram. Half of Tumblr.
Stop it. Whatever you're doing, stop it.
A little bit of Twitter. Don't do it.
If you're getting a sandwich right now, just stop it. Whatever you're doing, stop it.
Stop it. And then make sure the sandwich has mayo on it or some shit. Something good.
And then think about your life.
If you're doing this. But if you're not, eat the sandwich. You're good.
Are we done? I think I'm out of steam now.
Yeah, I'm out of steam too. All right, we're done. Thanks for watching. God, thanks for listening to.
I mean, what if you're watching it on YouTube?
We're not having any.
What if you're watching a still image on YouTube?
That's a long still image that you're staring at.
Thank you for staring at the still image.
Yeah,
bye.
thank you. Bye.